Hi, I'm Scott Pyburn.
I'm Dom DeBellis.
Welcome to this episode of Monkeys Drinking Beans. Today, we're going to talk about a death. A death in this great nation.
A moment of silence, please.
Moment of silence. Raise our glasses to the death of customer service in America. So seriously, why, Dom, is customer service so bad in this country?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
No, I really do. I really want to do. I really do want to know what is the issue with the decline of customer service in America? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, we're hiring people to do a job that nobody wants to do because they're too good for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're hiring people to do the job of serving customers, which every businessman knows, right? Every business owner knows this. The customer service is the job of owning a business, right? Mm-hmm. It is the gig, and you've got to get it right.
Yeah.
And but everybody who hires people to do the job of customer service hires people for the lowest wages possible.
Oh yeah, yes they do.
So that they can get the most profit possible.
Mm-hmm. And I love the companies that say, "Oh, we only pick from the cream of the crop." I've worked for a few of these companies. No, you scrape the bottom of the barrel. You need warm bodies. Yeah. So anybody with a pulse, please apply.
Mm-hmm. How much are you paying your people on the front lines?
Yeah.
That should tell you why customer service is dying in this country.
Well, a perfect example of this, Dom, is what happened recently with the United Airlines. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Customers who paid for their seat in full, dragged off a plane because they refused to give up their seats so some airline employee could make their connection to their next flight for their next job.
Right.
Because the airlines overbooked their flight, because they constantly overbook flights, which makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Book a flight, and if somebody doesn't show up, then you've got an empty seat where you can bump a stewardess or a pilot, flying from Chicago to New York so he can catch his next flight. But don't bump passengers who have paid their money, because you can't figure out how to get your pilots from A to B.
Right. And if you're having those kind of draconian policies in your company, you're gonna shed clients like cat hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible what's going on in airlines these days, and they have they hide behind federal law to be able to do that. Supposedly FAA regulations allow them to do what they're doing to customers.
Yeah.
I'm surprised anybody flies anymore. I really am.
Yeah.
And if you have to fly, God help you.
Yeah.
If you have no other choices, God help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel sorry for people.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. The last time I flew to Vegas in March for the Pizza Expo, and it was not a great experience. I didn't have any issues with the airline. I didn't have any issues with the airline that I was flying on. It's just you walk into the airport and people are miserable. It's like walking into Walmart. It's seriously like walking into Walmart.
Wow, is that a segue?
Speaking of which, yes, that was my next point, because I think we beat the air horse long enough.
Incidentally, folks, if you guys are going to comment on this episode, because we really want to hear your stories about customer service.
Yes.
We know that you're out there and that you're hurting, so we want to hear your stories. Yes. Bad customer service stories, we really do want to hear them, because we don't want to sit here and just rant. We really want to be, a sounding board for you guys if you want to tell your stories. And also, hey, if you got outstanding customer service story, we want to hear those too, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And again, not to to beat a dead horse or jump on a rant, but I have to bring up Walmart because, okay,
Yeah.
Walmart is the 800-pound gorilla. Okay, they basically came on the scene and destroyed service merchandise, venture. Kmart is circling the drain. You know, they're
Walmart's the largest retailer in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing is, it's not the store that Sam Walton started. I mean, he was kind of like Walt Disney, you know, wanted to open a family store, and then eventually the suits get their claws into it, and it becomes a behemoth.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why a store that big can't provide excellent customer service, can't provide you a good experience. I don't know about you, Dom, but when I go into Walmart, I get tense just walking in the door. There's a palpable tension that is thrust upon you when you walk into Walmart, as opposed to a place like Target. And I think this is a brilliant design on their aspect, where I walk into Target and it's like, I can relax.
Right.
I have room to walk because the aisles are huge. I'm not bumping into people. They haven't crammed so much product into every ounce of space that you're bouncing off of individuals and being like, get out of my way, I want to kill you.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way at Target. And hence the reason I'll pay $1 more for product. And Target is still not matched Walmart's prices. I think they'll match prices. But you'll spend $1 more at Target, and Target knows you'll spend $1 more because they've designed it that way. They've designed it to be like, hey, you know what? If you're stressed out of Walmart, come over here. Come over here. No stress.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting you mentioned Target because Walmart has nearly $500 billion. I'm sorry, 500. Yes, Walmart clocks in at $486 billion in annual revenues, and that's for 2016. And that is more than Amazon.com's revenues, Target Corporation's revenues, and Costco's revenues combined, and then some. There's plenty of room for another Amazon in there.
Well, and that brings us to
for all of those revenues.
Yeah, and I think that brings us to our next segue. Amazon. Amazon has bought Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And they are.
That's a crazy merger, don't you think?
I think it's an insane merger because I won't walk into Whole Foods. Whole Foods is whole paycheck. Here's one brown paper sack of groceries, and you'll spend your whole paycheck on one paper brown sack of groceries. It's insane.
Yeah, I admit I don't shop there. I can't afford that kind of.
We went there once, and after the first time, I was like, no, never again.
Beautiful store, though.
Oh,
I gotta
God.
say, beautiful store.
Gorgeous store, gorgeous product, well laid out, helpful people, but you'll spend $150 on one brown paper sack of groceries.
Yeah.
It's that expensive.
It's terrific merchandising, though, you got to admit.
It is. So what is Amazon going to do? Are they going to lower prices and keep quality high? Are they going to become the next Walmart? Are they going to take those stores and divide them up into half grocery, half product, like Walmart has done? Walmart has been selling groceries for years. They started out as strictly a Kmart, strictly a retailer. You couldn't buy food products in Walmart, and then they started opening super Walmarts.
Yeah.
And then they kind of abandoned the super and just called it Walmart. And it's like, we sell everything. We sell groceries and dry goods, you know?
Right.
So is Amazon going to do the reverse? Is Amazon going to start out doing groceries and then shift into dry goods and regular product in their stores? And are they going to keep the Whole Foods brand, or are they going to call it Amazon? Or are they going to say Whole Foods by Amazon? I mean, are they going to do like a Trader Joe's Aldi kind of thing? You know, where one brand is one and one's the other, and keep the brands separately because they both have cachet? Or are they going to delve into one pot?
You know, I don't know. And, you know, I know everybody expects people who have talk shows to have opinions already formed on these things, but it is kind of new, this merger. And I haven't had a lot of reflection time on this yet, but, you know, you don't bet against Jeff Bezos. I've learned. The guy has a knack for shaking up, and when I say shaking up, I mean disrupting whole industries. And people have bet against him before, but the guy just seems determined that once he sets his eyes on a particular industry niche, he disrupts it.
Yeah.
And he does it in elegant ways.
Well, my concern is here's the thing. Amazon had a hiring event in our area where they wanted to hire 30,000 people. They only got 20,000. And
Right.
they're paying up to $18 an hour. And it's like,
Yes.
okay, how can you pay this much money? When is the bubble going to burst?
Well, but here's the thing. And Amazon is one of those companies that it's leveraged. You know what I mean? So yes, it is a bubble. Meaning, when I say leveraged, they're building on debt.
Yes.
So they're not a cash-rich company like, say, for example, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Apple's got scads of money in the bank.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got cash, billions of dollars in cash.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Amazon does not. Amazon has mortgaged everything.
Yes.
And it's operated without profit for many years in its history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's done that by pumping up its stock price. So everybody's buying into Amazon. Amazon's got a strong stock price, but some people have criticized the stock. Analysts have criticized the stock, including myself. Okay, I'm not an analyst. However, there's no way I would invest in Amazon because I invest in companies that are profitable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I used to work
Yeah.
for a company. I won't mention their name, but let's just say that they bought out Dominic's. So
Yes.
if you know who I'm talking about, and they're very similar. Expand, and it's not the only
debt.
It's not the on debt, and it's not the only company that I worked for that did the same model. Expand based on debt, and the problem is they say, oh, we want to hire great people, we want to take care of great people and provide, but we want to provide the best customer service experience to the public. Unfortunately, that normally comes at the expense of the people working for the company. They don't care about the people working for the company. All they care about is getting the product to the consumer on time with a smile, making them happy so they come back and they consume more.
Right.
Which I don't know how strong of a position that is.
Well, you were talking about something earlier and before we were taping this episode. So talk to me about your Amazon customer experience.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. I order a lot of product from Amazon. I have an Amazon debt that I pay on a monthly basis. And here's the thing. I ordered a lot of stuff because they had great customer service, but recently they've been declining. And I'm not the only one who's noticed this. I had a package delivered the other day, and it was thrown on the lawn. Now, I've got notifications set up on my phone, so I'll get an app. I've got an app, the Amazon app, and when I order something, it'll send me text messages and things that'll say your package is shipped, your package is expected to be delivered at such and such. And then
That's convenient.
It is very convenient. And then there's also a delivery notification. Your package has been delivered, which notifies me, okay, it's outside the door. Well, they used to deliver, they used to drop off, and they used to ring the doorbell and leave it on the stoop. They're not doing it anymore. They're whipping it from the sidewalk because this package was whipped in the grass 15, 20 feet away from my stoop.
Throwing it?
Yeah. It was literally like somebody walked up, saw the number on the door. Oh, there it is. Threw the package in the grass. Didn't bother to walk the extra 10 steps to place the package on my doorstep and ring my doorbell and walk away.
Oh, my. It's not a Frisbee, people.
No, it's not a Frisbee. It's not a Frisbee. And UPS will leave the package on the doorstep and ring the bell. FedEx will do the same. They'll leave this package on the doorstep and ring the bell. If the signature is not required, that's all they do, and they walk away. They don't wait for me to open the door, and I understand that. I've worked for UPS. I know how busy that business is. But the reality of it is, okay, get it on my doorstep. Okay, you're not a paper boy.
A bad paper boy.
You're not a bad paper boy, exactly. Like that 80s video game. I'm just going to like throw it in your window and knock your mailbox down and hit your dog over the head with it, you know? So yeah, my concern with them growing so big is they are becoming Walmart.
Yeah.
They're turning into the company that I don't want to deal with because the experience is bad. And here's the thing. I don't remember half the products I've ordered from Amazon, but I do remember the experience. And that's I think the whole point of this entire show is you're not going to remember the hamburger you ate. You're not going to remember the steak you ate. You're not going to remember the product you ordered or the product you purchased. But what you are going to remember is the human interaction. You're going to remember that server who went out of their way to make sure your drinks were filled at all times, who brought your daughter a scoop of ice cream because she seemed uncomfortable or unhappy and didn't charge you for it. You know, you're going to remember the service. And that is the point. You know, these businesses become bigger and bigger and bigger, and all they see is dollar signs. And they forget the fact that it's not about the widget you're selling. It's about the service you provide.
Yeah, because I will pay for a company that gives me better service. I'll give you a great example to this. And by the way, you know, Amazon has a great software side to their business.
Oh, yeah.
Which translates to good service. Like I like my personal account portal on Amazon. I like seeing my orders, my past orders.
Yes.
I like being able to see, hey, I ordered this before. I'd like to reorder this. You know, I like that sort of a concierge feel.
And they do have a great, and I spoke to the issue of the delivery. They do have a great guarantee. They guarantee their products, regardless of whether they're selling them directly from them or you're a retailer and you're selling the product. If the customer is not happy, you can complain. I had a product sent to me, and I don't remember the product. Again, this is a perfect example. Don't remember the product. I think it was an article of clothing that they said was my size and was not my size for someone who lives in the continental United States. And I complained and I sent it back, and they're like, well, we don't do returns. And so I was like, okay, you're saying you don't do returns. I spent like $100 and something on this. I went through customer service and Amazon. Amazon said, oh yeah, we'll take care of you. Send it back. You know, they forced the return and took care of me, the customer, because I was honest with them. I said, hey, this doesn't fit, okay? And it's an expensive product. I can't wear it, and they're saying they don't want to take it back. That's horseshit. I go to Walmart or Target. They're going to take my product back even if I don't have a receipt. You know, Amazon took care of it.
Nice.
But speaking of another service related issue, I got to speak to this since we talked about food. Basically, what happened to McDonald's? Can anybody explain this to me? Anybody out there working for McDonald's, explain this to me? I don't understand it. I saw this movie recently, The Founder. Michael Keaton plays Ray Kroc, tells the entire story of how he basically stole the McDonald's Corporation from the McDonald's brothers.
Yes, because Ray Kroc is the founder of the McDonald's Corporation.
But not the creator of McDonald's.
Right.
Great marketing there. I am the founder.
Yes, you guys got to see the movie. It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, and here's the deal. It's a great movie because, honestly, Ray Kroc was not a kind individual. But you're rooting for Michael Keaton the entire time you watch this movie. It's weird because you know he's raping them. You know he's screwing these guys, but you're rooting for him because these guys had no vision. You know? And so, yes, he was a bastard. But basically, he developed, or he franchised the system that the McDonald brothers came up with, where basically you go up to the counter, you order your food, and as soon as you hand your money, they hand you a sack of burgers and fries. Okay? What happened to McDonald's? You got 3 windows now. 3. You got and the speaker. You got the speaker.
Well, you're talking about the drive-through. You're not talking about the counter.
Right. Correct. Let me reference this. I'm talking about the drive-through. But still, even the drive-through system used to be flawless. Used to order the speaker, pay at the first window, pick up your food at the second window. They can't even get food to you when you get to the second window. Please pull forward to the third window, or please pull around the corner and park in spot number 1 or spot number 2.
Right.
Okay. versus a company I love called Portillo's. Okay, they're not selling hamburgers and hot dogs. They're landing airplanes and shit. Okay, they've got people in yellow and gold vests out in the drive-thru directing traffic with, cones. Go this way, go that way, go into lane 1, I need a sack of fries and a cheesy beef and the Escalade in runway 1. Negative, Ghost Rider. Yellow Beetle's got 12 hot dogs and a tamale. It's...
Negative. That buffer is full.
Yes.
The buffer is full.
Negative, waiting on fries. But here's the thing. You get it, okay? They're selling volume. But you don't care that you wait a little bit, or they ask you to pull up, or they've got spots too. Spots 1 through 12, because they're selling so much product there.
Yeah.
But they're doing it efficiently.
Well,
99.9% of the time.
One of the biggest problems is, and this is not just the fact at McDonald's, this is the fact that Walmart, this is the fact that all of the service companies, retailers across the country, they are simply not staffed to the shift. Mm-hmm. Meaning their shift has bare spots all over it. And those bare spots are liabilities because they're understaffed, they're not covering customers.
Yeah.
And so customers are kind of wandering around, not being served. And this is where, they pretend that that's not a problem. Well, it is a problem. And you've got a McDonald's mug.
Yes.
What the hell?
This was my grandfather's.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a tiny mug. It's a teeny tiny mug. But this was what a coffee used to be back in the day before it became the Mondo Grande Venti. Whatever they call it.
The big gulp coffee mug that Dom is drinking right now.
Yes. Yeah, hold up your mug so our people can see.
Yes.
This is the comparison of.
But I will say something about this mug, and I'm going to plug one of my best friends from college, whose name is Kim Doyle Smith. She sent me this. This was made in Ohio.
Nice.
So.
Not China. Excellent.
By American labor. Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
So thank you, Kimmy.
But I think
it's my favorite mug.
It's not just the fact that they're not staffed up. It's the fact that their staff is not adequately trained.
They're not trained properly.
I get to the second window at McDonald's, and they ask me to pull forward, and I literally look in the window, and there's 10 people standing behind the people at the drive-thru doing nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. And it's like, really? Mm-hmm. You can't get me my breakfast burrito and a hash brown and a Coke. Oh, by the way, at noon, when I order it at lunch, when they say, we can do breakfast all day. No, you can't, McDonald's. No, you can't.
You're breaking my heart, McDonald's.
Breaking my heart.
Breaking my heart.
But like I said, Portillo's they're doing it right, And granted, I've had some mediocre experiences at Portillo's, but they get it right 99.9% of the time. And when
they get it wrong, they give you a piece of chocolate cake.
Yes. Exactly.
They comp it to you, you know?
And when they get it wrong, they take care of it. They're not just, here you go, sorry about that. Well, sorry about that. I'm waiting 20 minutes for a Big Mac meal. Really? Seriously? That's it?
So tell me.
I'm turning into a ranter.
No, it's okay. So this rumor that McDonald's is buying Portillo, what is this?
No. It was rumored at one time that they were going to buy Portillo's. What happened was Dick Portillo recently sold his company. And McDonald's was one of the people who had their money on the table who wanted to buy it. But actually, what happened was it ended up being sold to the Berkshire Partners. And so
Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah, I think they are related to Berkshire Hathaway. It just says Berkshire Partners.
Okay.
And the Berkshire Partners have a large portfolio of businesses. Everything from grocery retailers to fashion designers.
Okay.
They have an amazing portfolio of different businesses. And I thank God that McDonald's didn't buy Portillo's because I love Portillo's.
Right.
Okay. Portillo's still, you come to Chicago, people move away from Chicago and they can't get Portillo's. Portillo's ships all over the world, all over the country. People miss Portillo's when they come back. That's the first place I'm going. I'm going to Portillo's.
Yeah.
It's not, it's the first place I'm going to McDonald's. Yeah,
well,
right.
McDonald's has, in recent years been buying up other brands. And to their detriment, frankly. I'm going to just shut up about that. But let's talk about Disney, because Portillo's has been called the Disney of fast food.
Yes.
And Disney is picking up what we're laying down, because Disney is the king of customer service.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Their whole customer experience is well. If you go to a Disney store or a Disney theme park, the whole experience is carefully crafted to be like an immersive experience.
It is.
Correct?
It is for the most part. We took our daughter for her 13th birthday to Disney World in Florida. And it was magical, but I think it was more the electricity of the energy of being there for the very first time. Because every child, I've always wanted to go and experience it. But I can honestly say I wasn't like totally blown over by their customer service. Like anything else, they're hiring people and they're not training them as well. So I picked up this book recently and I just started reading it, so I haven't read the whole thing. And it's called Be Our Guest.
Perfecting the Art of Customer Service.
Yes.
Because that's by the Disney Institute, it says there?
Yes.
What's
Disney.
that?
Well, Disney has their own training, their own institute. They've got their own. Basically, it's the institute where they train all the people who are key people in the park.
Gotcha.
They train everything from Goofy to Snow White to their chefs. It's basically how they structure their hospitality and how they treat everybody and bring the magic to it.
Nice. Sort of like Hamburger University does for McDonald's.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. Their quality control and things of that sort.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, what'd you get from the book?
Well, again, I haven't read the whole thing. I'm still in the middle of reading it. But basically, even in the first chapters, they talk about how wouldn't it be nice if every business brought magic, not just customer service, not just here's a product with a smile, but it's basically touching on personal experiences, touching with somebody and getting them to open up and smile genuinely because you've connected with them on a personal level. And that, I think, is what Disney does better than most, is they connect with people. They may not come up like sharks when you're going into Harlem Furniture to buy a sofa. Hi, how are you? Can I help you? What can I do for you today? Why are you here?
Right.
Give me your wallet.
Sign here, and here,
yes,
and here.
Yes, Jafar, sign your life away.
What's it going to take to get you into this
Give me the lamp.
theme park today?
Yes. No, I mean, they're very friendly, very courteous. And I think it's just all about being genuine and authentic. And I think that is what we're missing in this country, why customer service is basically on life support. And I hope that other businesses will step up and bring that back and make it less about, oh, here's a widget, here's this McDonald's coffee mug. That'll be $52, please.
I still can't believe you got that McDonald's coffee mug. And it took me, 10 minutes to notice it.
Well, I don't think I've been holding it up and drinking out of it, but yeah.
How about that?
So with that, I think that about wraps up our show, unless you've got something else you wanted to touch on.
No, that did about wrap it all up. And hey, listen, I want to ask all our audience, please do comment on this episode, because we want to hear your positive customer service experiences, and we also want to know some of your negative customer service experiences, because we try to monitor this stuff in the marketplace. That's part of our function here.
Yeah, tell us a story. Tell us what blew you over recently. If you had a great customer service experience, again, we're not intentionally meaning on being internet trolls. And I hope nobody takes this episode, even though we did rant about some people a lot in this episode. It's only because I love customer service. I love hospitality.
Yeah.
I've worked in it for so long, and it's the first thing I recognize. I don't necessarily care about the product. The product, everybody needs a product, whether it's food or clothes or whatever. But I want to be, when I go out and I shop or I purchase goods, I want to have a good experience.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me coming back. It's not your products. It's
also, as businessmen, we want to deliver that kind of service in our businesses.
Yeah.
I love, I love hearing clients tell me that they're happy with what we're doing for them.
Yeah.
And I like it. The greatest compliment for me is when customers refer other customers, and that just makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, wow, I love what I do, and I'm glad that my clients like what I do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so when I see people that are not satisfied, because people are getting service wrong, it irks me. It rubs me wrong.
Yeah, and it happens so much because, and again, a lot of it is training. A lot of it is giving your staff the authority to make decisions instead of mindlessly you're following a manual and
exactly.
I can't do that, sir. I'm sorry, I have to get a manager. And then the manager
Right.
comes over and the manager is a jerk because he feels, well, why didn't you just do this? Well, because you didn't train me to do it that way.
Right.
It's a vicious
You didn't
circle.
give me the authority to do the right thing for customers. That drives me crazy.
You gave me all of the responsibility and none of the authority.
Boy, isn't that something? We have to make a T-shirt like for that or something, or a button or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
because that's a principle that we teach,
It is.
in one of those classes that we're working on, isn't it?
It is. And with that, though, we got to wrap this up,
later.
Tom. But you know what? McDonald's, we're rooting for you. I hope you come back to your former glory. And Amazon, good luck with that. And with that,
yeah.
we're Monkeys
Hey,
Making
thanks
Beats.
for joining us today, guys.